Okay, everybody, this is my new bike. It's Schwinn Rocket 3. This is the extra large um, bike, and it also comes with disc brakes, which is what I'm going to talk about today. And why do I feel that disc brakes are better than V brakes or brakes that grab the wheel? I believe that disc brakes are so far. I had a bike already that had one rear. It was a mix. It was kind of funny. It had a rear disc brake assembly and a V brake in the front. I guess they didn't want to go all out with that model that I had, but using the disc brake in the back, although it wasn't a real expensive brand, was way better than the front. It's funny because when you're in the rain or in wet weather, which a lot of people, or you run through a puddle and you get your rims wet, what happens is that film of water that's on the rim itself makes a barrier in between your wheel and the brake shoes or the brake pad, how you would say it. And what will happen is you're stuck with waiting until that water dries up if you apply the brake. Now, that is, in my mind, very dangerous because if you're in the street or you're doing 25 miles an hour, which most people do on a normal day now on bikes, if you're doing more than 25 miles an hour and you have to come to a stop and your brakes are not reacting until several seconds later, you're already hit. You by that time you already hit what you're trying not to hit, or you were blowing it through a red light or something, depending on where you are. If you're riding in the street or if you're riding on a trail, that's not good. And right now, I have this new bike that's running both rear and front disc brakes, and I can't even find a way to make those things not work. I mean, I was riding fast. I rode through some water, and because it's not the rim that it's grabbing, it's a disc pad. I mean, a disc, metal disc. This is what it grabs. It has holes in it and it's rated. So if ever there were a chance for water to get on it, the water will easily just, there wouldn't be so much surface area for the water to stay on. And the way that the brakes work is this grabbing both sides, it's grabbing the back and the front of this disc. And what happens is it's going to stop regardless. It's like so much better to stop. And I got both of them, both in front and back. So my experience with disc brakes so far has been nothing but a 100% system. It always will work. Wet, dry, gravel road, anything that I've put it through. And another reason why I take disc brakes over having it on up here, because although this is a mountain bike, it still gives me the option to actually use a V brake, and I won't. And another reason why that is because look at my rims. These rims are very expensive, and I guess everybody knows that as a child, if you had a bike or if you were into riding bikes as a teenager or you still do, putting those brake shoes to grab on your nicely expensive rim, it's horrible because the only thing it does is it slowly pulls away and erodes whatever kind of rim. If you have a polycarbonate one, if you have a aluminum rim, metal rims are are better because it's harder for it to really take it apart. But if you have an aluminum rim, it's going to rip it slowly, and you can change. Then you're going to have to change your rims. So I believe that like these rims right here cost $50, $60 for these rims, if not more. I think it's actually a little bit more. So for me, and it has the nice little, it has some stickers on it that a lot of people now and a lot of manufacturers, they make their rims very nice. They give you some stickers and some stuff on it so it could be displayed. And I would not think that somebody would want to have a nice expensive rim and then have a brake that's grabbing on it, ripping into it every time you go out for a ride. And then that, like I said, that deteriorates your wheel life cycle, and over time you're going to end up having to switch it out, switch out that rim after, especially if you're a hardcore or you are very you're riding every day like I do. I ride every day, mostly every day. I just got this bike, so I ride it to one of my jobs I have. I do it for sport. I want to hook it up a lot more. I just got it. I just got some lights for it because I ride at night a lot of times, and you need some lights so you can be able to see, or perhaps people see you. So that's my idea of why I believe that disc brakes are, and this is the mechanism right here. But that's my opinion on why I believe disc brakes are so much more advanced over having V brakes on your bike. It's a standalone system, so it's not even touching your rim, and it's not touching your rim. It has its own mechanisms to touch and to grab on to stop you, and weather doesn't bother it at all. If it's raining outside, if it's wet turf, wet road or street you're on, or you running through puddles, you're splashing water everywhere, or your rim is submerged in water. Sometimes that happens when you're on a trail, or if you run through a puddle in the street. A lot of people try to avoid them. It's funny, when I'm on the road now, you see people avoid those puddles, and I can just splash right through them and not even worry about it. I'm gonna get a water guard for my wheels. But yeah, it's way better. It stops me every time. I mean it's excellent, and it doesn't lock as easily as other having V brakes. It doesn't lock up your wheel. This thing is slowly applied, and just about this much, which is only about 10% compression, I'm already getting a good stop. And if I want to go even further, that's a stop right there, and I can get even tighter. So I like this. I love it. Give me your comments.